What up, what up, what up, tribe? Man, if I go live, I got some shit to say. Well, some things to say, but man, I'm really jumping on here to just share just the shit and experiences that I've been experiencing. And I know a lot of us too have been experiencing the shift, and we're all transforming into this higher self of what we feel to be. You know what I mean? And for me, I just had a realization of like, a lot of us devalue ourselves, even me. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, what is going on? And there's nobody else to blame but me, right? It's nobody else to blame but us for the reality that we created, or, you know what I mean? Of course, things happen in life. However, we still get to control what we get to do. And like my previous life before is like, when we don't believe in ourselves or trust God, source, the universe, we can make things difficult for ourselves. And I know that's hard to hear sometimes too, because sometimes we always looking for an scapegoat, whether it's like we're not happy with our certain creation or our own reality. But we got to take the accountability for what we create if we are creators out here, right, in this energy. And everybody on here, right, has to value their self some type of way. And when you don't value yourself, it plays out in your reality as not knowing your worth, not creating the income that you want to create, not experiencing things that you want to experience in life. And I'm experiencing that, right? You know what I mean? And like I said before, like when you're transforming and everybody's in this transformation state, and when you're coming and going through things and transforming from your old ways to your new ways, you usually backpedal to what the hell you know. You know what I mean? I know this road, so I'm gonna stick to it. I know how to hustle. I know how to work 2 jobs. I know how to do this, but you're still running in the same fucking spot, really. You know what I mean? Until you learn to take another route, learn to value yourself. This whole thing is about value your worth, value yourself. And what's crazy is that I'm wearing this Free Soul shirt. Shout out to Free Soul. It's Lava's birthday today too. Happy Soul Return, sis. It says when the flowers bloom, right? So with every seed that people plant in your life, even with us, like it has to go down to the deep of the soul, right? The soil, right? So you plant these seeds, this is you. And you're down deep. And when you start to go within yourself, right? When you go within yourself and you look at the dark stuff that you deal with, you know what I mean? Not being appreciated or whatever childhood traumas that you experience, anything that you have experienced, right? There's people that come along in your life to help you, right? And they pour water on you. They sow seeds into you. Well, I'm going to say, because you are the seed, I'm going to say they pour water on you, right? So they give words of encouragement. So you're like, all right, I got some water, right? But there's things in life where like you got to push through shit. So this is you're the seed, and you're going through, your transformation. You going through this boop and all this bullshit that you feel in life. However, once you start to break through, that's when you start to realize your power. That's when you start to realize your worth. That's when you start to realize that there's nothing out here that can stop you other than yourself. We are stopping our own selves. We are always in our own way because of our own doubt and our disbelief within ourselves, and not trusting God's source creation, which we all come from. You know what I mean? Value your artwork. Whatever you do, whatever occupation that you do, even if you on a job. Let these people value you. Like, I took a job that I wasn't worth it. I mean, it's basically bare minimum, right? And I know I'm worth like, let's just say I'm worth 30, and I took like 15 or something, half, right? Because I was desperate. And if you're moving if you're moving from a place of desperate, I don't even know the fucking word, despair. If you're desperate, you're just gonna stress yourself out more. You're going to devalue your time, right? And you're going to have less time. And right now, that's what I'm experiencing. You know what I mean? To keep it all the way a buck. Like, I'm grinding too hard where, you know, I barely have time for myself. And luckily today, it worked out to where I did not have work. So this is why I'm live right now. And that's why I haven't been posting, because I'm always doing something. I'm always moving. But that's not the goal. The goal is to own my own time, right? To move and inspire other people through my creative outlets. And, you know, I'm really, to be honest, over social media, but that's how you connect with people. Like, social media can be a good tool, but then also too, you know, I use it for entertainment. I use it for sharing. People use it for sharing. People use it for whatever that they want. And it's an avenue. Everybody's their own star in their own universe, right? And that's why people subscribe or follow or whatever, right? Now, I honestly don't give two whatevers about it, but I do appreciate everybody out there that support, you know what I mean, that supporters and share things and support like my art and purchase my things through my business and stuff like that. But the thing is too, is valuing. Like, I remember like I cut prices just because I'm moving in. I'm desperate for it. Oh, I need the money, or I need to do this. So you do things. And a lot of people get into messed up situations, and even like, you know, my peoples, they moved and just thinking like hitting licks and stuff was the move. And then, you know what I mean? And then here you go. You making choices, and now you got to deal with the consequences. So the consequence of me making my choices is I don't have much time, which I value the most, because again, I didn't trust myself. I didn't believe in myself enough to have the value of what I think I'm worth. And you can put a price tag on whatever that you want. If I do a painting that's like, have you ever seen stuff that you be like, why would somebody pay, you know, $4,000 for just a scribble? Woo, woo, woo. This person understands the value. Whoever did that understands the value of their work. And there's a frequency vibration of motherfuckers out there that will pay that price for whatever you create. So if you create music out there, if you are a hairstylist, if you do nails, if you do music, if you do art, whatever that it is, that's your outlet, don't devalue yourself. Don't. I know we all got to start somewhere. I'm not saying, you know what I mean? I had to start somewhere, because I remember back in the day when I thought somebody buying something for $150 was like way up there, when I was like charging only $65. But again, there's levels to it. You keep going and you move up and you excel. You know what I mean? You start somewhere. And the more value that you add to yourself, and don't let other motherfuckers outside of you tell you your value. You know your value. You should know your worth. Tapping in with yourself. And that's pretty much what this whole thing is like learning in this journey that we are responsible of where we are at and what we accept and what we allow based on our belief, based on of our movement and our actions of how we move. Are you moving in desperation? I'm making up words and shit like my granny. Oops, sorry, granny. But yeah, like don't move from a place of lack. You know what I mean? Because that's what you're going to continue to do. Is once you start to realize your worth and knowing that money isn't everything, the material stuff is not everything. What do you really value in your life? I value my family. I value my time. You know what I mean? I value the people in my life that help me grow and see myself to make me better. So for my mom, my sisters, my brothers, all of them, my partner, you know what I mean? And she's the main one there too, be reflecting back to me. I'm like, shit, I gotta work on that. Shit, I gotta work on that. All right, I gotta work on that. But yeah, man, value yourself, value life, value the choices that you make. And we all got to take responsibility for our choices. And right there, so I'm having suicidal thoughts. And people have that shit. You know why? Because there's so much pressure on the outside of things of like not feeling value or not feeling worthy. Your life is worthy. You're worthy of a life that you want. And sometimes, again, when we don't have the answer or we feel despair, we just want to look for the out, where we use, you know, substances to escape our reality. And I've had plenty of many suicidal thoughts and not giving a fuck about life. You know what I mean? And the things that helped me through it was understanding my worth, understanding that I am here for a reason, understanding that I am here for a purpose, and I'm not just gonna let something outside of me tell me and dictate like these thoughts that are not mine to tell me my worth or what's the value of life. And I know life can be painful and sometimes with certain situation, and you know, it's like you got to think too, like, is these my thoughts? Because like, why would I want to off myself, or why would I have this thing to run this car off the bridge and just like fuck it all? You know what I mean? These are just energies that can attach to you, I feel, you know what I mean, in my opinion. But this ain't really you. You are really God's source creation of the highest light. But with certain situations, again, with not knowing who you are and knowing the power within yourself, these things can influence you to make you think that this is you, to where you want to make rash decisions of not being here anymore because you're uncomfortable with where you are, what you are, and what you're doing. I don't know. It's kind of like this. Like, just like how, for instance, I don't know, I like roller coasters and shit. Like, if I'm at a theme park and I got money, I can go on I can cut the line and do this and be like, I'm going everywhere. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. The thing is when you ready to go is when shit ain't lining up and you be like, I'm over it. This ain't working out for me. You know, I need a way out. You know what I mean? But we all have our role that we have to play in this life, and we are connected with certain individuals to help us understand who we are, because we forget every time we hear. But know that you're not these thoughts. I hope that helps, because everybody experiences their ups and downs and has those close calls with it. You know what I mean? And you just gotta, again, believe in yourself, trust yourself, love yourself, and put yourself first. And that's another thing too, is like, for everybody that always put other people first, because that's what we learn to do that. You know what I mean? It feels good to put other people sometimes before you, because you feel the gratitude from helping people. You can help people, but you got to help yourself first. You got to always learn to put yourself first, because I had to start putting my health first. I had to start, doing things and moving differently and saying no to things, people, places, and all that stuff, because what is it good to run yourself again into the ground to where you can't benefit? You know what I mean? And a lot of us too, like me, because I got children, I'm like, I'm doing this for my kid. I'm hustling for my kid. I'm hustling this. I'm trying to do that. And it's like, nah, do this for yourself. Again, there's different things that motivate us to create and do things, but make you one of the main sources of why you want something or why you want to create something in this reality. You know what I mean? Because we all have plans of what we want to do and what we want to experience, and make you the first person so your kids can benefit from, or whoever needs to benefit from whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? If you leaving a legacy or whatever that it is. But yeah, man. Transformation is not easy. It's overwhelming. You get down, and especially in your mental, you know what I mean? And the thing is you're not there, you're not stuck there. But once you start to recognize the patterns and recognize what do you need to change within yourself, that's when you start to see change in reality. Of course, everything starts with self. Again, everything is on us. What we create, what we experience, and what we allow. All right? And that's it, man. Oh, and I also want to say, this is signed by this is signed by, I know this is way off, but this is signed by Freestyle Lava. And I told them I had to wear it for today, but this has been wrapped up for at least 3 years now. How to overcome the fear of a blank canvas. Just paint. just do that. Just, what's crazy is like, once you start, you just can't stop. You just got to keep going. It's the same thing in life. Like, you start something and shit may switch up. You be like, all right, I started this, but all right, now I'm moving on to that. Because we are multidimensional. You're not just one thing. You can switch up to whatever it is. But yes, having a blank canvas, I love blank canvases. And look, as you can see, there's all kinds of art all around. You know what I mean? And I got so many ideas and so many things that I want to do. And then right now I'm like, shit, I ain't got the time to do it. But I was like, okay, I got to figure this out. So sometimes you got to let shit go. Let some things go, especially the things that are not aligning with your values. Let the shit go that does not align with your values. All right? So you can have room to receive what God, Source Creation, really has for you. You really got to learn to let go of expectations, let go of, because we wake up every day and thinking like, oh, this day is going to be like this, is like this, but some shit may throw you this way, some shit may throw you that way, but at the end of the day, once you know who you are, you stay in your lane and rebalance. So what I'm getting is just say you're a wavelength, right? Boom, right? And this other wavelength up here is like, whoop, and then you going to let that shit keep you down? Nope. You be like, So what you're going to do, you're going to start to get stronger on your wavelength. The more shit that you do, the consistency that you do, and you keep on painting, or you keep on moving, you keep on, elevating and moving towards like loving yourself more and doing the things that you want to do, even if it's like something switching up, like nigga eating out, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't be eating out a lot, but it's like whatever frequency that you are gonna always vibrate on, that's what is gonna keep you there. But then when you start to come out of that elevation of doing things outside of your norm, right? Or taking another route. Like me, I'd be like, I'm going home this way. All right, I'm gonna stop at this store today. You know what? I'm gonna just randomly get ice cream because it switches up the energy. You know what I mean? So it switches it up. And then you never know. You making that one stop or listening to your intuition of like going this way and doing this way, you may meet somebody that you need to connect with and network with. You know what I mean? Even with people that you comment on lives or Instagram or whatever, right? Divine timing is a real thing. God timing is the truth. You feel me? And that's all it is. But the timing is when you're ready for it, when you're ready to receive it, when you're ready to know your worth, when you're ready to step into whatever that you feel like you need to do or be without the fear and without the doubt. Because that's the only thing that really holds us back is the fear and the doubt of the unknown. Because the unknown's scary ass shit. Because we used to familiarity of just like knowing, oh, I'm gonna get this, I know how much this is gonna be, I know how much this bill gonna be, and then it's like when you get hit with one of those, like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like, what? I got hit with this bill or this situation came up, and like, what am I do? What am I gonna do? And this is a chance for you to figure out: are you gonna trust God, Source Creation, to supply all your wants and needs to your heart's desire, or are you gonna let fear and control you and lower your frequency and take you off mentally, because all it is like to try to throw you off of your desired reality. I wasn't planning on going this long on this live, but yeah, I'm just here to create and motivate, and until I leave this place. Like I said, we ain't here for a long time, we're here for a good time, so why stress over the shit that you can't control? Why worry about things that you don't need to really worry about? I don't know. Just like when little kids like 2-year-old, 3-year-olds don't worry about where their food is going to come from or where this is going to be because they have their parents, right? You got to think of God as your parent. You know what I mean? Source, creator, whatever, the most high, whatever it is, this is your parent. Your parent ain't going to just have you out here struggling, you know what I mean? But, kids, we all do different things out here, right? We do dumb shit, you know what I mean? But it was our choice, so they allow it. You get hurt, you scrape your knees, you get back up, you be like, all right, I learned from that. You know what I mean? That's all we doing. We learning, we growing through this evolution of time and space reality that we in. You know what I mean? This, whatever you want to call it, the matrix, the illusion, the game, whatever it is, man. Play to win. Play to love, play to know, play to trust. You feel me? But yeah, and if I'm not on here on social media as much, man, just know I'm ducked off, tapping into myself, doing art and shit. All right. But if y'all, you know what I mean? And whatever I feel like to do, I'm going to do it wholeheartedly. And if my intuition, I wasn't really going to do this live, but I was like, fuck it, let's do it. Alignment, man. And everybody who hears and sees it, alignment. You feel me? So, all right, y'all. I'll see you when I see you. takeaways again. I don't know what, because I teach, so I teach kids music, so I'm used to like doing a little review at the end of everything. What we learned today, what we learned, all right? Value yourself, value your time, put yourself first, you know what I mean? Make sure your health is in, your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual hygiene is taken care of, and trust God's source of creation. And know that everything is provided every step that you take. You feel me? All right? You already know what it is. Love always.